Hello everyone, this is Abhigyan Sharma and here I am presenting to you my skill development project. First, let's go through the SRS document I have created. So my project title is Teacher Initials Based Quiz Scheduler. Here what I am doing is that I have a PDF which contains all the timetable of all the quizzes which will be happening on a particular date in a particular span. And what I will be getting is that I will take an input of the initials of a teacher, and it will give out as an output about all the quizzes where the teacher has to be present, and the timings of it and the date of it. This will be extracted from the PDF, and first we will convert the PDF into a CSV file, and then we will represent the particular columns of that PDF. Here is the table of contents of it. I just told you about the purpose. So let's go to the purpose. The purpose of this software requirement specification SRS, which is document, is to define the functional and non-functional requirements for the teacher initials based quiz scheduler. This system will allow users to input teacher initials, and based on this input retrieve a schedule of quizzes that the respective teacher is assigned to supervise. Okay, so the applicant reads the application reads the data from a CSV file generated from a PDF, extracts relevant rows, and displays them to the user. Its scope is that it can be used for educational institution and administration to track teachers' schedules based on their initials of quizzes. The main function includes, so first we will be loading the CSV file, extracting it from the PDF. Then we will be filling the missing data, the values in the CSV file which are null in the CSV file. After that, we will remove the duplicate rows which will cause a duplicate output, so that there will be better reading of the data with less complications. Okay, so the references I have used pandas library of Python, and I have used the documentation of it. Here I provided the link of it, and I have used tkinter, also a library of Python, and I have used the documentation of it also, and here's the link of it. Now about the product perspective. The system is a desktop based application developed using Python PDF Plumber for extracting tables from PDF. PDF Plumber is also a Python library which is used to extract PDFs, and we can also use it for extracting images and extracting tables and multiple stuffs, which I will be discussing with you at the end of the video. I have also developed a project on it. And we have used pandas for data manipulation. Here pandas is used for reading the CSV file and inserting in it, and removing the duplicates and stuff like that. And the tkinter is used to create a small user interface. It creates a simple interface for providing the initials of the teacher, and which will give the output. It integrates these technologies to provide a simple and efficient way for administrators to check quiz schedules for teachers. Now, the key functions of this project is that PDF to CSV conversion. Then there will be data cleaning in removing the null values, removing the duplicate rows, and teacher-based search and result display. So let's now discuss about some non-functional requirements of this project. Performance based, there are the system shall load and process the CSV file within a reasonable time frame, and the time frame should be less than 2 seconds for files under 10 MB. Also, the system shall display the results in real time after processing. The usability are given here as the system shall provide a simple and intuitive graphical user interface, which is done with the use of Tkinter, and user shall be able to browse files and enter initials. Well, I have not included the browsing files here because there was no need, and this project is specifically based for only this PDF. And but it can the technologies here can be used to create things like this for any PDF. Okay. The system shall handle common errors, and which it does, and that's why I have included error handling also. And the system shall ensure that duplicate or incomplete data does not affect search results. Okay. The user interface is described here, and I will also show you after after like testing the code we have written. The user interface initials entry field, a text box for users to input teacher initials. Here you will be inputting the teacher initials, and then there is a search button which you will press to trigger the search, and there is a result area where the result will be displayed about subject code, the date and the time. And that's it for here. Also I wanted to add that I am using PDF Plumber here to extract the tables from the PDF, and there are multiple libraries more like this which can be used to extract tables or images or multiple things like Pi2 and PDF2 and libraries like that, which can be used to extract multiple things from PDFs. And yeah, that's that. A basic hardware requirement here which is clear to you, that there should be a standard desktop or laptop with Python installed. Without Python we cannot use this thing. Okay, so now let's jump onto the code. I will be explaining the whole code line by line to you. Now let's see. First, here we have imported the PDF Plumber library. First of all, I am using the Jupyter notebook here, which I have installed with the Anaconda Anaconda application of Python, and I have already ran it. I can actually show you how to run it first, but it's very simple. You just have to type the command Jupyter notebook on your terminal, and then you will be shown this interface where you can select the folders and files of your project. And here I am using this untitled one file which I have, and it basically consists of my whole project. The another untitled file I will be discussing about later, which has to deal with how to extract images and other stuff from the PDFs. Okay, so first we are importing the PDF Plumber library here, and also we are importing pandas as PD. We will be using pandas library with the term PD. So first here I have given a method. I have built a method to convert the PDF into a CSV file. It's a method which has two what can we say, arguments or parameters, which is takes input, which are PDF path and CSV path, which when I will call this method, I will be providing the PDF path and the CSV path. The PDF path is the path where the PDF is stored, which has to be converted to CSV, and the CSV path has to be the path where the converted CSV file has to be stored. So that's the two paths we have to provide here. And in the method, first we will be declaring a dictionary with the name table, and then we will write that with pdf plumber dot open which is where here we are using PDF Plumber to open a PDF, to read a PDF, and here in the parameters we are providing it with the PDF path which we have imported here. So this thing will read the PDF, and this read PDF will be stored as PDF variable name. So with this as PDF, and under this we will be processing the read PDF through PDF Plumber. And now in the dictionary we created, the table dictionary, we will be um, putting in it the first we will the PDF which we got from the PDF Plumber. We will read every page of it, but as the PDF only has one page, so I am reading PDF dot pages 0, which means the first index, the first page of it, and that's the only page here. That's why I have already written pages 0. If there were multiple pages, then we would have included another loop here for reading every page. And here I am just reading the first page, and then dot extract tables. This method dot extract tables of PDF Plumber is used to extract the tables in the PDF and the on the page. Here we have only one page, and that on that page we are extracting all the tables and we are putting it in the table dictionary. Further, then we are declaring a variable df, and we are storing in it the data frame. So here we are using pd, which was imported, pandas was imported as pd, and here we are using it to convert the table into a data frame. So a data frame basically is something which we use as a csv file, and by pandas, so that we can process on it column wise or rows wise. It creates kind of like an excel file of it, and we can easily access any cell of it. So that's why pandas here is used. So pd dot data frame is the method of it, and here we are giving the parameters as table 1 is 2. So the every element of the table will be processed here, and the column table, columns equals to table 0. The columns will be all the columns will be named with the 0th index of the table. Here you can see the uh, table which is to be generated, and yeah, that's that. Furthermore, we then the data frame which we have created, we will be storing it as the csv file, and then so here it will convert the data frame into a csv file and will store it on the csv path which we provided. And here we are providing it as index equals false, which will not insert indexes in the csv path externally, and will uh, store the csv path as the data frame as it is in the on the csv path. Now here as I've written that my csv file have a lot of nan values, which it had a lot of null values, because as you can let me show you the pdf. So in the pdf there are a lot of uh, blank spaces, like here it is, and so all the blank spaces are filled with nan values, which means null values. So I have to remove that, and for that I will be copying the values of the above cells into those nan cells. Now how that is done in a data frame, it is done with the help of a method called fill na. fill NA fills all the null values. So for that, here I have created another method which is called filling nans, and this will fill all the nans in the CSV path I have stored with the values, the last values which were filled above the cells of the nan cells. So first we will read the CSV path with pd.read CSV will store the uh, read CSV file in the df data frame, and it will read the CSV file as a data frame, and then on the data frame we will apply the fill NA method, and method will be ffill. Ffill, what ffill means is that it means forward filling, and forward filling works like it copies the last values which was not null in a particular column, and replaces all the null values in the column with the last value in that column which was not null. And here we have written in place true, which means that everything else would be same as there, and not a new file will be created. The whole thing will be done in the same data frame which here we have provided. And then later we just convert the data frame and again into the CSV file .to CSV and store it in the CSV path with index false. Right. Now next we will have to remove all the duplicates. Now as we know that we have filled all the null values with the last values which was not null, so now we have to remove all the duplicate values which were generated because of this process. And for that I have created another method, and the name of this method is remove duplicates. So here we will be removing the duplicates on the CSV file, and here we have imported the CSV path, and first the same thing, we will read the CSV path with the help of pandas pd, and we will store it into a data frame df. Then we will use another method of the pandas for the data frame which is called drop duplicates. And what drop duplicates does is that it removes all the duplicate rows of the CSV file. So all the duplicate rows will be removed from the CSV file, and all the non-duplicate, all the distinct ones will be left here, and then we will store this again into the CSV file df.to-csv. So the thing will be stored again into the CSV file. Okay. Now, as we have already pre-processed the whole CSV file, first we converted the PDF into the CSV file. We remove the null values from it, and then we removed all the duplicate values from it. Now, as we have a better CSV file to process with, we will be applying the search on it according to the teacher initials. So let's go through it. The method name is search rows, and what it will do that it will search all the rows which have the same teacher initials on it. And as you would have seen in my PDF that every row there has some particular invigilators provided with it. So we will be going through the invigilator, and it already contains the teacher initials though, so the initials will be used to find all the rows which contains that particular invigilator, and it will print all the invigilators here, or I would just store it in something. So yeah, that's what this method would do. Let's go through it. Also, let me show you first how our CSV file now looks like. This is our CSV file, and you can see that every row has a particular invigilator. Every subject code has a particular invigilator with it, and we will be searching in this invigilator column, and every invigilator which contains the teacher initials, which will be provided in the method, we will just print that, we will store that row here. And okay, so let's see. First, the same thing, we will be reading the CSV with dot read CSV path here provided, and the teacher initials provided here, we will be naming it as substring, which so what we will do is that uh, in the invigilator column we will be searching for the substring. So this substring, which is will be the initials, like here it is provided as AS. So the AS invigilator will, so the AS substring will be searched through the whole PDF, and every cell which will, if it will contain this substring, then we will store that row in the rows dictionary. So now first we will use apply map method of data frame. So apply map method of data frame, what it does is that it is a method of data frames, and we will be using the lambda function to iterate over the whole data frame, and we will be finding the rows. We will be looking for looking for every cell which has the substring which we provided here, which has the substring in its string. So every row will be considered as a string, and in it we will be looking for the substring which will be provided as the teacher initials. And then this will be here used with any function mask.any, which means that any row here, as the axis equals to 1, which means rows. So any row which has this mask, this substring we found in it, which will be, and so that would be stored, so that mask will be in the data frame, and that row will be stored in this dictionary rows. And here we will be printing the rows which have these three columns in it. So these three headings, subject code, quiz to date, and quiz to time, these are the three headings, and whatever the content under these three headings are in that rows which we found which had the teacher initial, that would be printed here. So that's our whole thing which we had to do, and that's the whole functioning of our project. And here, as you can see, we have already called all the function. First we declared the CSV path, then we run PDF, convert the PDF to CSV. Here we have provided the PDF path, and here we have provided the CSV path. Then we call the filling nans method and provided the CSV path in it, and then we ran the remove duplicates method, and also there we provided the CSV path. And at last we ran the search rows, which will take the CSV path and the initials of the teachers which is to be searched. So this would be the output of it, which you can see here, the subject code, the quiz to date, and quiz to time. So these are all the subjects where the particular invigilator which has the initials AS we have given here. So that teacher has to be present on this date at this time for this subject for the quizzes. Now for this also, that's the whole functioning of our project. Now we have to use a user interface for it as well, for creating a user interface for the user, and so that it can provide the teacher initials manually and can get the output about. So any teacher can just put his or her initials here, and she or he will get the output as the uh, quizzes where he has to be present and the date and its time. Okay, so uh, now I will be talking about how we will be creating a user interface for this project. And I have created another module for it here. First, we were importing the same PDF number and pandas, and also here we will be using tkinter, which will be importing it as tk, and also we will be importing the message box from the tkinter library. So tkinter is a library which is which provides the user to create a user interface with Python programs, and it creates a simple user interface which can be used for multiple projects. And here are the same functions we used: the PDF to converting PDF to CSV, filling nans, remove duplicates, and searching the rows. And also after the searching rows also contains something we here have filtered rows, and which will store all the rows which have the subject code, quiz date, and quiz time, for which we just basically printed in the last thing, but here we will be storing it in a um, filtered rows variable. Filtered rows, it's a dictionary. And then we will be renaming the columns. First, the columns name were subject code, quiz to date, and quiz to time. So we will be renaming it by filtered rows dot columns equals to, with the name subject code, date, and time. So this will be printed there on the output, and under this that all the data will be given as the output. Further, then we will convert this data frame to string for proper formatting, and this filtered rows will be returned. So yeah, we could have converted this data frame into a string, but here I am not doing that because it already does the part, the data frame already does the part of formatting the output and displaying it on the output field in a proper format. So we don't need to convert it into string, and this method returns the filtered rows, which is a dictionary. Then here's the function which will handle the whole thing, the whole user interface which would be generated. And what it has, that it is using the handle, which is the handle search, and here we will be searching the whole thing. So first we have defined the CSV path here. We call the PDF to CSV method, converting the PDF to CSV, and then the initials of the teacher use the initial entries dot get, which will get the initials and store it in the teacher initials. And if the teacher initials are not provided, this is actually initials entry dot get is used to take the input from the user, and whatever the entry in the field there would be, we will be getting it and storing it in the teacher initials. And if there is nothing in the input of the teacher initials field, then it will create a error, and it will show an error with the message box we imported from the library, um, tkinter. And now we will be after, if the teacher initials has already been provided by the user, then here we are using try and except for for the error handling. And first we will be calling the filling nans, which will remove all the null values. Then we will remove all the duplicates, and then we will store it in the result variable. after calling the search rows. So this will search for the teacher initials from in the CSV path for the function which we created and displayed in the upper part.